The answer is take the win and run.
I get hung up on certain things.
I have OCD, Jake.
I mean, hi guys, my name's Jeff. I'm an equal opportunity lover. You guys know that.
But wouldn't the dog want to stay on the meat wagon?
You say you can convince the dog to hop off.
That's insane.
Yeah, I'm intelligent.
That's such a Jeff answer right there.
He's handsome, curly-haired, and Jewish, sitting right here.
Jeff, you are a golden retriever.
Hey, Jake, that's what you kids call that drip, right?
It was good despite the gastric consequences, but call me the crystal ball here, man. I'm getting everything right except my own picks. That's really, to me, a battle of two of the coaches with the best hair.
Welcome to the E Show, presented by the Hockey Podcast Network. Founded in 2013, the EHL is your next step on the path to college. Over the past decade, the EHL has established itself as the college placement leader on the East Coast. And now, here's your host, the commissioner of the Eastern Hockey League, Neil Ravin.
Thanks, Jim. And with that, let's bring in Jeff and Jake. Guys, no crazy dreams last night, but it came to me what we got to talk about right now. This is that 2-minute segment I talked about last week, right? It came to me the second Zoom popped on. Jeff, look at Jake's tie knot.
That is large and in charge.
Like Jake knows I love a good tie knot too.
You do.
Yeah, it's thick. When I was tying it this morning, I was like, Neil's gonna love this. What a good podcast day.
Yeah, like it will never get on like Merrill Hodge level. Do you remember that one?
Oh my God, that's right. He used to have like
he used to have like it was like a ball.
The big dog
on his chest, and
a large neck too.
And ESPN was like, "That's fine, no problem." We can use.
Was it a one and done? By the way, was that a one?
Yeah, no. Today was just one. Yeah.
Isn't that a great feeling? You know you're gonna have a good friggin' day when you tie one tie. It is.
I used to puke before games, and people would tell me one and done. That was a good mindset for me. Just finger down the throat, into the garbage, ready to go.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Wow. We went from tie knots to puke. This can only go up from here.
My brain works in mysterious ways.
Well, to continue with the Jake theme, what are your parents' names, Jake?
They're in fantasy. Michelle and Steve.
They're in fantasy this month. Michelle and Steve Basile are a fantasy entry. We'll get to fantasy later because we're going to start with Around the E Show.
Yeah, they're in the mix.
Let's take a look at what's going on around the E Show.
And we're not doing big games this week or
dogs.
Who needs to be a dog, right? We're just going to get back to our usual.
The dogs are popping off, though, if you've been checking.
Some of the players that we did say had to be dogs have become dogs. So
I think they listened.
Big time. So let's start in the North Division. Avalanche still out in front. Funny, they actually have the same number of wins as the Wolves. This is testing my symmetry here, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
Wolves 26-7-0, Avs 26-3-4. I can.
How the Wolves not lost in overtime or shootout?
I can just hear Chris now. You know, Chris hates shootouts, right?
Yes.
We have to probably do a research project of like Avalanche team record in shootouts.
He just says, "All right, boys, go home. Let's go. Pack your crap."
It's funny when he used to coach in Hartford.
Why does he hate him so much?
He never wins.
He was a skills guy. He's the all-time leading scorer in Quinnipiac history. He should love a shootout, shouldn't he?
It makes sense now why he would
always. I
always
call back too, CC. Just saying. He called me last night.
Oh, okay. Are you gonna call him back before we post this?
No, maybe.
You can't
I might
now.
call him after
you
this.
Can't
no,
now.
I can't now. Can't do it on the air. No, we're not phoning you in, Cirella.
But he always pulls the goalie in overtime to avoid the shootout.
Mm-hmm.
So
bold move, Cotton.
But obviously, the funny thing is he hates the shootout, but because he's gotten 4 games that far compared to the Wolves, that's the 4-point lead. Right?
Those are the loser points according to Justin's criteria.
Yeah,
right?
they're called Bruin points. Bruin points.
Oh God, dude, can we please not go to the Bruins this week? I may swear we might have to end this episode because they are a disaster.
What were you gonna say, Jake?
I think the reason why Coach Cirella hates him is because he thinks he's probably 30-3 without the shootout.
True.
That's where I think his head's at.
Yes. Now they just played the Express on Tuesday. Obviously, the cross-division game. Jake, the coaches were in a very good mood after the game.
Yeah, it
Like
was good hockey.
like very good mood. Like
Right.
laughing
Yeah,
it
you were
up.
there.
Yeah, like well, is that why?
Yeah,
Were we the necessary buffer?
we're like full season Christmas carolers. Like we spread joy, like regardless of the time of the year. And I
Neil
think
and
it was
Jake
just
are
really good hockey, and
here.
like it was just good to see. It was the only game of the day, right? All eyes on those two teams, and they deserve that kind of attention. And they got it.
Yeah, for sure.
Potential North Finals preview? Question mark.
Regional finals. Regional fun. Yes.
Regional finals.
Yes.
Sorry, Northeast regional
Yes.
finals.
Uh,
Still getting used to this new
a
format.
good format though. I'm excited about it because
I still almost want to call it the Boston Division when we talk about the Premier. Forget it's the East.
Well, but it's a good point though, Jeff, because it felt a little bit like that Northeast regional final preview, right? Obviously,
It
the
looked
North
like it.
Division, the Wolves want to have something to say about that. Same thing with Vermont, who just had an interesting series with the Wolves. They won one of those three games. One of them went to a shootout too, so they got 3
Yeah.
points out of that. So this division, guys, like what are we looking most forward to now that we're dropping this January 30th, which I'm rounding up, I guess, if you will. February starts on Saturday. There's one full month of regular season left. What are we looking for out of the North?
The season to be done and just move on to the playoffs.
I'm looking forward to seeing
I don't
the
know.
Wolves in the playoffs. I think every year that I've been here, this is my third year. The past 2 seasons, they've been good in the regular season, and then they become wet napkins in the playoffs. It's like there's no real use for a wet napkin, right? So I want to see them be a dry napkin this postseason.
There's your podcast title, a dry napkin.
Dry napkin versus wet napkin. You choose.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I loved the interviews though, real quick. Sorry, Neil. The interviews that you did, Jake, before and after the game. How about Miles' kid? I know we talk a lot about Miles in this podcast, but that kid was charged up after that game. Blood on his face, dripping.
Yeah.
Just absolute playoff feel to that entire game. And it just great to see.
He now leads the league in game-winning goals. In the last 5 Express wins, he has 3 of their game-winning goals. One in overtime, one shorthanded, and one against the Avalanche. When I tell you I would invade another country for Miles' kid, I mean it 100%.
We believe that.
Then let's go
the kid's a horse. He's a Mustang.
Let's go kind of morbid, but put you on the spot then. Because you just mentioned the Wolves. Now we're talking Express. You got one interview to give. Miles' kid, AJ Lacus.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
What about Captain Zach Spakuza?
He hasn't interviewed Zach as much as the other two. I mean, he's interviewed Miles 5 times this year. What do you even talk about now?
Dude, I think blood runs thicker than water. I gotta go with Miles' kid.
Wow.
Jake, that's creepy you just said that because my next question was going to be, you got to donate blood. Who are you donating blood to? AJ Lacus or Miles?
I don't even know my own blood type, dude.
So, it's A, B positive. One of those.
Isn't it on your license?
No.
No, that's the organ donor is on your license.
I thought it used to be on my license.
Your blood type? What?
Dude, I could have sworn.
I think so.
Maybe it was a...
How does the DMV know your blood
I thought
type?
it was a thing. It may have been a thing in Maine. Maybe it's just different
That's
in Maine.
yelling. Oh, here we go. They just do it differently in Maine. What a state. We already got Maine in too. All right. We got the buzzwords today. Already got off the rails. We got some buzzwords in. Talked about puke, tie knots,
to
blood,
the East Division. The East Division.
There we go.
That win for the Express, is that in their head mentally? How does that help them going into the postseason with the potential that if they win the East, they get to face the Avalanche in the Northeast Regional Finals, knowing the last time they faced each other was 5-1 in Walpole? Does that win mentally help them a lot?
I think it's huge. Yeah, and you heard Miles say that to Jake very much verbatim, saying that this is a turning point for our season. And I had forgot that first matchup was such a dominant effort by the Avs too. Not only did they win 5-1, they scored 4 straight goals. Walpole squeaked one in with just 20 seconds left. Avalanche outshot him 51-17. Koenig and Toth played in that game, so then Koenig came back and this game was lights out. Also, real quick aside, I know we keep going all over the place. Does Alex Koenig not sound exactly like Rob Gronkowski to you? Go listen to his interview with Jake again. He is to a T, sounds exactly like Rob Gronkowski. But anyways, Neil, I think that was a massive, massive win for Walpole at this point in time of the
Okay.
year.
I guess that's some homework for us.
Yeah. I swear to God, I listened to it like twice and I was like, he sounds like Gronk. Like what?
Okay.
Koenig's what? California?
Yeah, California.
California.
Gronk's Buffalo? I don't know. I hear a lot of Gronk in him. Go
Does
listen after.
Gronk know he's from Buffalo? I love
Probably
Gronk,
not. I do too. He's special.
For me, I think all eyes are on this last meeting between the Wizards and the Express. Because I think the Wizards kind of look at the Express the same way maybe the Express were looking at the Avalanche before that last game. And I actually ran into JJ Alger at a high school hockey game last night. He was filming, I was interviewing, and he said, like, Coach Drevich talked to Coach Felitti after one of the games. It's like, how have you guys not beaten the Express or the Avalanche this season? Because you look at the Bandits and like almost every game versus them, and the Express is tight. The Express lost the game to the Bandits, and then the Wizards have run the table with them this season. That's just how weird hockey is. But like, I think Wizards need that win. But like Jeff said last week, like it's a numbers game. Like if the Express go 5-0 this season against the Wizards, if I'm the Express, I don't love that.
No.
Yeah.
That's not great. But that's awesome. Coach Trev maybe giving little pointers to Coach Felitti. The E-show where coaches come together for one goal. I mean, that's a big point too, though, Jake, because you can't. We're talking about right here, like, oh, Express, tongue in cheek, obviously, too. Express Avs, Northeast Regionals, and there's Corey Fleet, and the Wizards, like, pretty sure we're still in the East Division. You got to get past us first. Like,
we still have 25. We have 25 wins right now.
Same with the Wolves. Same with the Wolves, right? So
yeah.
Yep.
But after those two teams, what are we looking for? Jake, do you feel like disclosing the dark horse that you said to me in person the other day?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm going with Coach Z and the Seahawks. Like I said it before the December showcase. I thought they were going to go 3-0. They didn't. I was wrong. It happens, everybody. But since the December showcase, they have been really, really good. They're playing their best hockey of the season. Jake Gelman's going. Corey Cashell's going. Danny Kehoe's going. Thomas Plemondon is going. Cade Chapman has been good. Isaac Sadra-Ugi has been good. They have the funniest coaching staff in the league. Like, I think all things are pointed in the right direction right now. They're 6 points back of the Eagles right now. With 2 games in hand, they could take that 3 spot and avoid the Express in round 1. That's how good they're playing right now.
Is that big for them? Get to 3?
I think with the way the Seahawks play,
absolutely,
that placement is not as big as it is for the Eagles. I think the Eagles Express matchup is potentially worse for the Eagles than it would be for the Seahawks. True. So I think it's more important for the Birds. Those Birds, they're both Birds.
You know what the crazy thing is, too, by the way, guys? You know why all that good luck is in Tony Kent Arena? Lindley McCabe is 2-1 in her appearances from the very Jim McCabe the other day.
I was there for the only loss for Lindley.
Guess so. Sorry, Jake out. Lindley, you stay.
So Jake's presence negates the presence of a baby.
Yes.
Got it.
Dude,
that's powerful. Wow. We're learning some stuff today.
Jeff, we're standing there watching the Avalanche Express, and out of nowhere, Jake just goes, #1 ranked coaching staff in the EHL, Seahawks. And I'm like, what are we talking about?
Where our brains go. Our brains just kind of zip and zag.
So that sends us next to the Central Division. And speaking of, we're kind of in this theme, right, of big wins that mentally mean something for top teams. Providence last week against the Express beat them in a shootout, and we on this podcast, we were kind of leaning a little Caden Clegg heavy. I know I picked them in fantasy, and that's why, but a huge performance in that game for Nick Hansen. You guys are Jeff Perot. Who do you start in your first playoff game?
I mean, Hansen's been his guy for what, a couple of years now, going back to Philly. So both good numbers too. Hansen 12-3, 252 goals against, 922 save percentage. I know Clegg is a bit better because he's been playing a lot more recently. He's got a little less wins, 9-4, 9-4-1-1. Goals against just over 2. That's insane. Save percentage 943. Oh, I don't know. That's a really tough decision, and that's why we paid JP the big bucks and not me.
Ask you in a month.
Daniel, ask me in a month. Daniel Kroon, wasn't he your dog, Neil? He scored in that game.
So the only goal they scored, huge game. Looked like a decent crowd. Were you there Saturday night, Jake?
I was not. No,
Oh.
I had Beast League here
Got
at
it.
Cadillac Ice Arena. But here's the thing: I was Jeff Burrow once when I had to drive his car. At the
that's right.
showcase
At
last
the
year,
Wick.
and that was
Before you
like
got
top
towed.
3 scariest moments of my life. Like I'm in a Mercedes,
Oh my
it's like a
God.
spaceship, dude. I feel like I'm in NASA.
Weren't
Like,
you
I'm
like
big-
trying to get me to do it? And I was like, no, it's all you. You found
Yeah.
them or whatever.
Yeah, no, I had to go in the locker room. I had to go in his bag. Like the scratches were like in there. And like, what are you doing in our coach's
Oh my
bag right
God.
now? And I'm like,
I'm
this is
stealing your coach's car.
You want to
it's
move
just
it?
like, dude, I'm about to,
Should've made them
I'm about
move
to
it.
cry. Like, just let me do this. And like, I crawled across, like, out of the space, across the street, like, and like, it's a big lip. So I'm like, trying not to bottom out. I'm going maybe 1 mile an hour. Whole process is taking minutes.
People are beeping at you downtown Worcester, like, get the heck
Get
in there.
back
I
in the
pulled it
rink.
off.
He's like sweating profusely.
Oh my God.
But to keep with the theme that I just had with the North and the East, the rest of the Central Division, what are we looking for in this last month down the stretch? Is it for someone to get hot at the right time heading into the postseason?
Yeah, probably. But I'm maybe just maybe. Maybe.
Meh.
That's
Maybe.
Jeff's
Maybe.
new song. Maybe.
Maybe baby. No, Justin's gonna cut me off in the knees because I always get copyright issues when I start singing songs. So, wow, we got the giggles today. Capitals, I think it's more just like Capitals and Rhode Island keeping their pace,
Yeah.
honestly, Neil. Just staying where they are, continuing to they each have Capitals have 16 games left, Rhode Island's got 13 games left. But how do we say this new kid's name for Rhode Island? That was just one of our stars. Jake, do you have this off the press? Juan He Kang?
Juan He Kong. I just asked him like
Juan He
a
Kong,
minute
damn
before
it.
this podcast started. Yeah.
Oh,
Well
they're
done.
playing. I was like,
But I
how
mean-
did you ask? They're playing Rhode Island.
They're playing Rhode Island.
He's like,
today,
I already
yeah.
got his number. We're going out to dinner. We're all set. Jake.
To the South Division
Knows.
we go, and the coaches are gonna love this. When I talk to coaches in the South, like on game day, I mentally prepare myself with so and so ref did a poor job today, right?
Mm.
Because I sometimes you get to a box where there's a bunch of calls, whatever.
You sure it's just in the South?
No,
I don't know. I think
it's
kinda
a lot with the
everywhere.
South, right? So
Central peeps in too, no?
Jake's boy, Jason Chilcoin, calls me
Yeah.
yesterday and goes, listen,
Not so chill.
I'm not calling you to say that there were a bunch of penalties called because there weren't. There were 3 calls made the entire game, but the double minor call against them that led to back-to-back goals for the Huntsmen, that led to the victory in a shootout for a Huntsman. I was trying to say it's really just a coincidence that they scored on both, but a frustrating loss in the sense yesterday for the Bears because they only get 1 point out of that loss, and the 87s, they go take care of business against the Little Flyers and they get that much closer.
Clubbed them.
Like,
Jeez.
Yeah, so
7-1.
who's gonna get the number 1 seed here, and does it matter?
I don't know if it does. I mean, the series is so close. Maybe this is we call Chris and Anthony DePaulo. Don't they talk about the rink surfaces at Jersey Shore a lot in their posts? Which rink's good? Which rink's
We're on the
bad?
red rink. We're on the white rink. We're on the blue rink. Oh.
Right. I love it, Chris. I love it. I've never been to Jersey Shore Arena, so I have no clue. Never been to Flemington Ice Arena either, so I have no clue. But I mean, we'd have to go back to who's the higher seed last year?
Bears.
Who got home
Bears,
ice? The Bears
number 1.
did, right? Yeah, they ended up winning
Yep.
the South, and they ended up, yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Does it actually matter? If you're the Bears, do you say screw it? We talked about this, I think, last week or the week before. Throw it away, take the 2nd seed, go on the road, try something different because it didn't work last year. I don't know. Jake, what do you think?
I think it
Oh.
does matter in the sense that I think I mentioned this last week. Like you just want to avoid playing Philly Hockey Club. I think they're a tough matchup.
You said
Yeah,
that
that's-
last week, but now the Huntsmen have 3 wins in their last 4.
Yeah, no, they're putting it together. They're putting it together. And
I
Coach
mean-
Projan told me at the December showcase that it was coming for his guys, and I guess it's here. But I mean, I don't know. You play those teams all season. You just got to do it 2 more times, right? Like I don't know how much it matters. And for me, like I'm just looking at these next couple games. There's 2 more between the Bears and the 87s. That's likely going to determine first place just as much as anything else.
Yep.
And I think the 87s are real good, but. As far as like regular season goes, I'm going to be a Bear lever and I'm going to say they finish first.
Bear lever. You catch that, people? He's a bear
Yes, yeah,
lever.
it's so good. I mean, I guess what I'm looking at with those last three teams is you can make the case that one week the best of the three is PHC, the next week the
Mhm.
best of the three is the Huntsman, then it's the Little Fires, then it's repeat. Like each one of them has shown us that moment once, and it almost feels like we haven't got back to back weeks at any point. So the battle, yes, for sure, 1-2 between the Bears and the 87s, and probably the coaches in the South would just say after that, wherever the teams fall, they fall. But 5 doesn't get in, so one of those teams is not getting in. So that's gonna be interesting to watch and see. Oh my God, we
It
have a guest appearance on the podcast for a second. He left. He
Oh.
left too quickly.
What was
That
that? I
was
didn't
James
see.
Mello, head
Yes.
coach of HC Rhode Island.
James, come back.
he's like, where
Don't be
can I get
camera
a
shy.
coffee around here? He's gone.
Yeah, he took off fast. He popped on screen for like 2 seconds and was like, "I am not a part of this."
I had another tab open. I wasn't
Give
even
me a
looking.
hug,
Damn
though.
it.
He knows. He knows.
The-
James Mello went to high school with my wife. Did you guys know
What?
that?
Wow.
Yeah, he went to LaSalle Academy.
How
with
did
Wow.
my
So
you
wife.
my love went to school with your love.
how did you just bring this up now?
I thought I told you guys this a while ago. Yeah, she knows. Actually, she knows James's wife too. They were high school sweethearts. So, and I think Nick Del Gallo went to LaSalle, but he was a couple years older
Yeah.
than them. So, yeah, crazy. And Liam Cohen, who just got hired as the head coach of the Jaguars, LaSalle Academy, went to school with Christina
Did you
and James.
hear his first like Duval thing?
I heard it was weird. I actually didn't
Oh, it
listen
was
to
like
it yet,
cringy. Like you know
Yeah.
how like
Easy
Duval
Liam.
is like their chant. Oh, it
Yeah.
was like I felt bad. Like it was
Cringy.
maybe Justin could actually drop it in right here.
Ooh.
Because the way he said it, it was like
Are we talking about the
Duval.
Jacksonville Jaguars?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you see that?
Okay.
Their new head coach got introduced and he was like, "Can I get a Duval?" And it was like,
No, I don't know. I don't really follow football too much. I don't know ball like that for real.
Duval.
Jeff, go check.
Did I hear he bashed the owner a little bit too? Someone said he said something weird about the owner. I was like, you just got hired. Easy, Liam. Gonna ask James
Yeah,
about
it was
that. I don't know.
it was weird. It was weird. But anyways,
Huh.
to the
Yeah.
EHLP we go. And we talked a little bit last week, guys, in particular about this at large, right? Because that's going to be a big topic that we have to follow here down the stretch, because you can make the case, the chalky stuff, like if the number 1 seed team in
Chalky
each
stuff.
division wins, where does that put the at large on track for, right? So like number 1 seed in the North
Avalanche?
Division right now are the Wolves, 56 points. The tie for the number 1 seed right now in the East Division are the Capitals and Seahawks, both with 35 points. And then the 87s have 52. So if the 87s with 52 or the Wolves with 56 make it to their division finals and lose, in all likelihood, they're still going to the next round, right?
Yes.
But
Yeah.
after that, that's where it gets interesting, because the third place team in the North Division would be in first place in the East Division. So this battle down the stretch to of course, fight for playoff seeding within your division, but try and position yourself in a spot where you're overall ranked somewhere 4, 5, 6 in that range is going to be huge for the Avalanche, for Valley, for Seahawks, for Providence.
Even
The
for the
Bears?
Bears, I
The
think too.
Bears?
Yeah, the Bears, exactly.
I mean,
I mean, the Express are even in the mix right now. They were
100%.
once far from the mix. Now they are in the bowl, and the mixer is on.
Nor'easter too. Nor'easter right there. Tied with
this
the
would
Express,
be
29
an
points apiece.
incredible futures, like a sportsbook bet. Like EHLP's
Yes.
at large bid. Like who would get it, right?
Oh my God, yeah.
Because the odds, it would be
Plus-
hard.
Plus 1,500, plus 2,800.
It would be
plus-
hard to like figure out the odds too, right? But the possibilities are endless. Is the point I'm trying to make.
We would allow you to do our betting for us, Commish, since you seem to do the best on DraftKings Sportsbook after your big golf
Yeah,
winnings.
it's really
the other day.
just golf though, Jeff. But we'll get to
I
we'll
don't
get to my
know.
potential
I don't
pivot
know.
later on.
We will. We will.
But just to rehash here, so the Wolves out in first place, 28-3. I mean, it feels almost perfect still.
Unbelievable. Plus 100
So,
differential. Perfect, symmetrical,
yes.
plus hundo. 180 goals scored, 80 goals against.
It is
Unbelievable.
nice. It is
what
clean.
a year.
And all three losses are in their division. A loss to the Lumberjacks, a loss to Adirondack, and a loss to the Avalanche. So you get.
We'd have to look this up, Neil, too. This is one of the better years in the EHLP, I think, ever. The different races within the three
it's awesome.
divisions.
Yeah,
Feels like
the
it.
parity in the P is like that's what the HLP stands for right now.
It's really there.
It's really
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Eastern Hockey
EHL
League parity.
parity. Yeah, no, it's good.
Parity league.
It devastates me though that the Express don't play the Wolves until the showcase because that's just a lot less time with Captain Zach.
Do you want to reveal to the public your purchase for the showcase?
Oh,
I'm
jeez.
getting light up Heelys.
Oh my God! Light up Heelys. They still make.
Have you
them.
been to,
do.
have you been
They
to
do.
Iceworks before, Jeff?
What was the one we went to during COVID?
Ice Line.
No. So that is the answer is
Ooh,
So
when
I-
you guys went to
I've been to one, not the other. I always forget. I always
So
mix the
it's kind of similar to Ice Line in that the four rinks are lined up, horizontally or whatever you will. But the difference
Yeah.
is in between each rink, there's like three sets of stairs. Because like essentially the way that the building is designed is like you like go up to go into the lobbies and then you go down to get into each bowl of a rink or whatever. So what I'm trying to say is in Jake's Heelys, we're gonna record like a parkour video because he's gonna be
Oh
trying
my
to go
God.
so
Be
quickly
careful.
from rink to rink that he's gonna like try and parkour like up or down three stairs. We'll have a trainer nearby too,
Nope.
just in case.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the sound of this.
Are
Jake.
you,
I don't. As
I'm
your father,
nimble,
I don't like the
dude.
sound
I'm
of this.
nimble. I'm young.
I
I
just-
still
I
have
know.
it in me.
I know.
How
You're doing your MMA. You're
how
doing all
much
your good
Healy
stuff, but
practice are we gonna get in before the showcase?
Oh, I'm placing the order today.
Okay.
So we're talking like
Yeah,
every
you
single
better.
day.
Tell Mikey, aka Sausage, to keep his head on a swivel in the apartment. You're gonna be zipping around.
It
that
is all
place.
carpet though, so that may be tough to practice on.
No, we have like
Ooh. Kitchen
we have like
floor?
a basketball court at our complex and a tennis court. So I feel
Yeah.
like I could just kind of rip there. I think the coolest part is that they light up.
Rip.
Like I'm gonna look so whimsical.
I noticed
Good Lord.
the carpet when I wasn't asleep on the couch because there was no pillow. Anyways, to the
I'm sad I'm not gonna be there for that showcase. Please take multiple
we'll just
videos.
put you on FaceTime throughout. We'll do like a live stream. Well, I'll bring
That
my
sounds
Ring
good.
camera, Jeff, and you can just watch.
Love it.
So,
Sounds good.
To the
Can't
East
wait.
Division, so we could tell everyone where things are at here. Providence and the Seahawks just split their home and home series the past 2 days. Each team winning on home ice, so each team has exactly 35 points. One team has played one more game, right? So Providence is 17-12-1 to the Seahawks 17-13-1. And then right behind them guys, both with 29 points, Express and Nor'easter. In the South Division, we mentioned the record for the Wolves, 28-3. Not far behind that is 26-4 for the 87s. And we still know that was still one of the best games in Providence last year. Wolves versus 87s, right? At the EHLP level.
Mhm.
So, but right behind them with 34 points, the Bears, who, while they can't catch the 87s per se, that battle to be in a good spot for possibly the at-large will be huge. Same thing with Union, 30 points, guys. Great season for them. Obviously, their best in franchise history so far. Then rounded out Renegades, Huntsmen, Little Flyers. Remember, everybody gets in the EHLP, so you want to be playing your best hockey at the right time at that level. And speaking of best hockey, I wanted to give us more time for fantasy because I am frantically nervous over these next, it's less than 48 hours now, call it 40. I don't know if I'm going to win, guys. So let's jump to fantasy now.
Oh, get your tissues out, folks.
Now it's time for the E-Show Fantasy Challenge. Follow along on the EHL app. Available now for free on both Apple iOS and Android.
But as we start every fantasy, we have to acknowledge our Yahoo League, which half of the team. Yeah, we do. Which half of the teams are obviously connected to the EHL, whether it's the three of us here, it's obviously Justin's league too. I'm a part of the trades committee, but nothing's been run by me yet because I was involved in the first trade. Actually, I had to approve one trade. There's been 2 trades since the installment of the trades committee. One of them included me, so I couldn't approve it, but the other one I did approve. So we're not a very active committee right now, but we could become more active as the deadline approaches. Jeff, you had the win, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, thanks so much. Braden McNabb, what hole did you crawl out of to freaking get a goal and assist?
Well, and like the tough part is that that was the last goal of the week because that was the Sunday night game.
Damn it.
And that was the empty net goal, and he gets an assist on it. I haven't even watched. I don't even know if it was like a cool assist. Like
I refused to watch it because I would have probably broken my computer, phone, both.
Like it was literally like the difference in our matchup.
Yeah, and that might have just sealed my fate because you would have dropped to 9-7, and I would have been also 9-7. Now everyone in front of me is 10-6 or 11-5, and I'm 8-8.
But the thing that you may have going for you, the team in front of you named Broken is a little broken. So you could catch them.
I could.
Yeah, we have lost Krill.
Is Krill definitely out for the year, Jake? Do we know?
Minimum a month, I hear.
He got surgery.
Yeah, not good. Not good. But we're built for the playoffs, and we still think our organization can do special things, and we're not defined by one player. That's just never been the BH way, and it never will be.
All right, cue the Sarah McLachlan music for Jake again. In the arms of an angel.
I want one of those top 2 seeds so bad so I can have a bye. That's all I'm pushing for.
You're close, buddy. You're close. I'm gonna try to beat Let's Celebrini this week for you, but no promises. I'm projected to lose by almost 20. I'm down 20. I know. It's early. It's early in the week, Jay. Calm down, okay? I got time.
You already tease this, Jeff. You could always just pivot to DraftKings. And if you want to take, I guess, some advice in the golf realm of things, I have had some success recently.
You have had some success, buddy. But we're going to talk about playoffs. We're still talking about playoffs. You bet we are. Get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Scoring touchdowns is key to winning in the playoffs. I don't know if you guys knew that. And you can score big by betting on them at DraftKings, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score 6. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. I actually did last week. I bet on a Jalen Hurts tush push on DK. Won myself a little bit of money. Thanks, DraftKings. Appreciate you. So go download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. Again, new DraftKings customers can bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's code THPN for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Do you have a gambling problem? 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPENY or text HOPENY, which is 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino Resort in Kansas. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void if you're in Ontario. Bonus bets do expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
We don't really have time for Ravin's rants later, so I'm just going to drop a rant in right now. Can we ban the goddamn tush push? It's not football. Like, it's not football. Like
you just invoke the Lord in that?
Like, can we be done with this? Can we just say that a rugby play should not be allowed in the NFL anymore? But no, Goodell's too busy trying to figure out how Taylor Swift can make him some more money. Anyways, I digress. We'll get to the EHL fantasy. I have a 4.6 point lead, guys. Okay, there's 2 days left. We're recording and dropping this on the 30th, right? So I feel like I'm in a good spot, but I'm a little nervous, right? So I have 1 game left for Daxton St. Hilaire, who's got me 40 points. I mean, I'm very appreciative, but Daxton, like, if you want to pop a hat trick in Friday against the Wolves, like,
he just committed to Roger Williams. You know, he's gonna get ready to really perform now.
Dalton Roberto has 2 games left, right? So they're playing the HCRI today at home, tomorrow on the road, and then Caden Clegg. Providence has 2 games left. Rough Riders both today and tomorrow. He'll get one of those starts.
Yeah, and I mean, Berto's gonna get at least one assist. So
Well, you got to find it for me today. You
Jake
got
will
to
make
find it
sure
for
of
me
it.
because below me, Tim Moore, broadcaster of the Apple Corps, who's 4.6 points behind. He gets one more game from Lykoff, who the reason Tim made up so much ground was Lykoff had 4 assists yesterday, all on the power play.
Wow.
That hurts.
goodness.
That hurts.
That's a
Now,
dagger. Yep.
now he has Alec Osher on defense, and the 87th P is done.
That's
Okay?
big.
Okay.
That's big, dude.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then he has Koenig and net, and I'm assuming Express Insider Jake. The Express are
Yeah.
gonna split today and tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it's tough today, Koenig tomorrow. I
I mean,
think.
you're in the ring. You gotta tell me like who's playing today.
I think it's tough. I think it's
Okay.
tough today.
Okay. Now, after Tim Moore, we have John Koschel, who's
Oh my God, Timmy Jackson's in fourth.
yes.
Stop it.
John is the father of
He told
Ryan
me he was
Koschel,
coming.
who Ryan played in the league the last few years, now at Keene State College. He also has Daxton St. Hilaire, so by default, any points he gets, I get. Feel good about that.
Mhm.
Charles
He's got
Antrilli, who has one
Mm.
game left. Little Fires versus 87s tomorrow. Okay. And then Koenig, same that we just talked about with Tim Moore, right? Jeff, you mentioned Timmy Jackson. So he also had
He said he was
he
coming.
also
for
has
us.
Lykoff, and he has Flo, who played
But Jack Brennan's
yes, he had
hurt.
Flo who played yesterday. So I don't know if he's gonna play tomorrow.
Neil, I think you got this, dude.
Oh, but wait, Neil, your childhood hero, Sergei Fedorov, coming up the rear too, 77.6. We still find out who that was.
Is that Sergei Sherbakov? Like we gotta
Has to be.
we gotta dig in on that one a little bit here, right? I'm gonna tell you a dark horse that makes me nervous though, and it's the
Patrick
It's the
Johnson?
Wolves EHLP. They have one game left against the Warriors today, and we know what Charles Etienne Waugh can do, and Robbie Murphy, and if Christopher Richard gets the start, and they combine, 10 points apiece, it gets tight. I agree, Jake.
So it's the end of Zachuary
Yeah.
too, though. It's the end of
Jake, I
Zachuary. Jake.
agree. I do feel good.
Yeah, man, you got
But
this.
a Dalton Roberto late month hat trick wouldn't hurt either.
I'll talk to Berto. I'll
Like,
talk to Berto.
How many goals does he have on the year?
2.
Not a hat trick.
Okay. Well, talk about odds. That's like a plus for
He's just
12,000
he's an Apple
odds right there.
machine though. So
Well, I was, like,
he'll
looking
find
at-
you one.
I was looking at this 4-point lead over Tim Moore, 11.6 over John Koschel. I probably feel good about everybody below that unless they have
Yes.
an enormous game. But it's going to be hectic until tomorrow night, and that's a 5 o'clock start tomorrow night between the Express and HC Rhode Island. So we're gonna not know anything until about 8 p.m. tomorrow.
All I can say is don't sleep on the 27 spot.
Sweating it out.
You're 27.
The 27 spot? No, I'm in 20th. Haha.
Oh, nice. What medal do you get for that one?
Absolutely zero, Jake. Absolutely zero.
Listen,
gonna-
Jake's at
I get a
54,
tear out of
Jeff
both
at
eyes.
59.8. Not that much of a difference. So
Nah.
Hey.
for those that are
Act.
outside the top 5 looking in, the month of February/March is open. So yeah, Saturday, the first game
Till
is 4
Saturday.
p.m. So get your picks
They shut
in
the doors.
before that, because that's the last chance to join the party in March, right?
Go home with your swag or don't.
So you guys feel good about my chances still.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think you're in a good
I'm
spot.
sweating
Yeah,
a little bit about
you're
this.
doing
Winner
better
gets
than
a
you think.
signed pair of Heelys from the E crew.
Is this
Oh,
like
gosh.
game worn Heelys,
Signed
like
pair of
yours at
Heelys.
Iceworks?
These are gonna be after this showcase.
Could you
They're gonna
imagine?
be-
No, at,
It'd be so
at,
warm.
With or without odor eaters after Jake sweats his what
at
off.
Frozen Finals, we do like a shirt off the back, but the Heelys off the feet for Jake at center ice.
Oh my god.
Should I,
folds them like
should
a
I go
child's.
whites or blacks for the Heelys?
Are you like a generally clean person? Like
What's your suit colors gonna be?
Like,
that depends on
I
that.
can't wear white with too many things.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm
I had a
pretty
big
clean guy.
issue- I
Like
had a
I
big-
shower weekly, you know.
Yeah, but like I had a big issue with growing up, okay, a lot younger, white t-shirts and chocolate ice cream. All right. I had an issue.
Your dad let you eat ice cream. You must have been sneaking away from those things with your dad being a dentist and all.
Oh my God. There was a dentist
Yeah.
line the other day that Eric Doyle had that I was like, if Jake heard you say that, I wouldn't
He would
I
have a
wouldn't
field
I
day.
exist
love how
anymore.
Doyle is just like he's one of the boys. He's all about like he's in part of our references and stuff. He's just the man.
Yes.
Dude, Eric gave me 2 good references for restaurants in my area because his Geico job is
Amica.
right
Amica.
in Lincoln
Yes,
near my
yes,
house.
yes. Well, because we were
Armica, sorry. Ooh,
we were
fun
we were
company. Hey,
playfully laughing at Trevor.
Amica.
This is gonna sound mean. Trevor recently in a car accident. He's fine.
Uh-oh.
Car's
It's like
not.
his 15th of his driving career.
Yes. So Trevor.
Poor kid got T-boned through a guy going through a red light for anyone that didn't know.
So his car's been in the shop for a while now, and Eric was like, "Well, what insurance do you have?" I forget what he said, and Eric's like, "It's not Amica. I can't help you." And it was just so good. It was so good. So, all right. Well, I'll take a deep breath. I'll try and relax over these next 36 hours, and
I'll go talk to
hopefully,
Berto for you.
yeah, please, and Koenig, Toth. I gotta know today. Today should be Toth. Tomorrow should be Koenig. Now, for my sanity, today being Koenig, tomorrow Toth may actually help. Because then it comes a little bit less down to the wire.
I
But
don't think your sanity is going to be looked after by Coach Coda today.
No, I think I have nothing to do with that. So, but anyways, I digress. We'll jump to what to watch for.
And now here's what to watch for in the EHL and the EHLP.
And we haven't done this in a while, guys. It's time for what to watch for and to actually pick some games to watch. I'll take the easy one for myself. Any game that involves my fantasy team. All right, you go.
Let's go.
Involves my
Wizzies
fantasy team.
Wolves
Go on.
tomorrow. There we go. Oh man, I gotta pick something else. They've only played each other once this year. It was a 3-1 Wolves win back on December the 18th. I think that was part of our showcase then. So this will be the first regular non-showcase halves game. So 2 teams we talked about a lot here today, fighting in the East and the North. So let's go Wizzies Wolves.
Yeah, no, I was muted because Coach Coda came over. It's officially Lucas Toth.
Wow, we got like breaking news on the
Hot off the
podcast
press.
here.
Hot off the press.
Yeah, no, you get the 5-star treatment
We
here
get
at
that Father
Caddy.
Maz breaking news sounder.
I'll go VJ Dubs versus the Bridgewater Bandits tomorrow. Bridgewater needs a win. They are, to quote what Neil said the other day, and this is calling them out a little bit. They're free falling right now. They seem like they had it figured out, but Tom Petty's playing and they're not, so they got to figure it out.
I will go with the game that's going to start as we're releasing this podcast, the one that Jake is calling Express versus Rhode Island, because it's going to be the Dalton Roberto show. All right, to the EHLP we go. I don't have any EHLP players, so I can't really go to fantasy here. I'm going to jump. Yeah, I'll jump into
That's all right.
February. It's so weird, guys. February is about to start.
That makes me nauseous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Why? It's my birthday.
Crazy.
Because the unstoppable march of time is a source of
Because
infinite
it's your
sadness.
birthday. That's why it makes it
Got it.
nauseous.
Got it. Well, on Sunday night, we have an 87s Bears game. 87s thumped the Bears last time. So this is a chance for New Jersey Bears to get some potential revenge.
I'm gonna go with a series this weekend. You got Wolves versus Warriors. So I went with Wolves in both my matchups, but 2 teams crushing it in the North Division. We talked about all these the parity in the P. Everyone's gonna make the playoffs, but for the Warriors, 37 points. You want to keep piling those points up because the at large that is going to come down to at the end of the year, that could make a difference. So 3 high-scoring games between these 2 teams. 6-5 Wolves win, 7-4 Wolves win, and a 7-4 Wolves win. So take the over in that one there on DraftKings.
That's baseball season. Yes. Like father, like son, I'll go with another North Series, Vermont and Avalanche. Why not? It's going to be good hockey. Both teams are playing at both levels, EHL and EHLP. I don't know if I said Atleti, but I might have meant to say at Hookset if I said Atleti, but
Yeah.
I don't remember half the words that come out of my mouth after I say them. So it's at Hookset, so it should be pretty fun.
We have so much content that could be the intro of this podcast. I don't remember half the words.
Yeah, Justin's just like
sometimes
cut,
on a
cut,
broadcast,
cut, cut,
I'll
cut,
like say who like passed it for like the assist, and then I'll just be like, "What did I just say?" Like I don't remember what happened on that play.
Oh man, it's too funny.
many words,
But
too many
obviously, 2 big days left in the month of January, right, guys? Obviously, in regards to my fantasy team, we turn over into February. Not just my birth month, Jake, also Chase.
Nice.
Turning
And my brother
that's
too,
right.
actually.
turning 2 years old.
Turning
Second
2.
month of the year. His birthday party is actually on Sunday, which is 2/2, right? Are you ready for this?
Do you think Chase will become the second dentist in your family? It would be number 2?
No, I don't know.
You don't?
But probably for like the hate that he would receive from Jake, I'll direct him away from that.
He'll get into art or something. He'll go totally opposite.
But anyways, to continue with the theme of 2s, right?
He'll make Heelys.
The theme of the birthday party, Jason will love this one because this is like right up his alley. I didn't do this, Jake. Vicky did. The theme is 2 infinity and beyond because of Toy Story.
Yes,
He loves
I
Toy
saw
Story,
that
that's
one.
right.
Yes.
And the best, as we all know, the best Toy Story movie is Toy Story 2.
Yes, it is. So that is
These
that.
are wild.
Yes, that's taking place. I think the birthday party is Sunday morning.
Jeez. Wow.
Yeah, you
Who the heck does a birthday on Sunday morning?
Well,
Craziness.
we're trying to have it before nap time, right? Because
Right.
nap time is a big time. Like you have to embrace nap time.
It sets the tone for the rest of the day / night.
Yeah, and it could be my nap time with Chase. It could be just Chase's nap time, but it's a big nap time on Sunday, especially at 2:00, right? So, it's I'm excited to infinity and beyond. So, Vicky, when she came up with the idea, she was like, "Do you think it's corny?" I was like, "I don't know."
Cornier the better.
That's what being a cool parent is. Being a little
We
corny.
have like the mom and dad T-shirts that have all the Toy Story symbols.
I love that.
You guys want to come?
Wow. You don't seem like too enthused about that part of it.
I don't know. Like,
Are you not pumped about your wardrobe?
no,
Neil's getting out of his shell as a dad. Have you guys noticed this? He's getting a lot more emotional. He's getting. I've noticed it. I feel it. I like it.
Yeah.
As an emotional guy, you're joining me
I
on
just
this
like
side.
I just know like when like the apparel comes like that, it leads to like a billion pictures, and it's just like I don't want to do that.
Oh, you're not one for photo ops.
Pictures, videos.
Yeah.
Maybe you can do a
Anyways,
cool voiceover on the birthday party or something.
yes, two huge day Sunday, huge day. Chase turning 2, second month of the year. If you can't make it to any games in person, listen to Jake online on Flow Hockey.
Yes.
Like I'm going to.
Or make it to Chase Ravin's birthday party.
You guys can come if you want to. 2-2.
Appreciate you. I gotta work Sunday.
Well, anyways, you can watch online.
Well,
You know what? I may put the birthday party on Flow Hockey. There you go.
wow.
Jason in the comments saying Neil is still not smiling. And on that note, we'll talk to you guys next week.
A lot of 2s.
Thanks for listening to The E Show, presented by the Hockey Podcast Network. Learn more about us at easternhockeyleague.org and follow us on all of your favorite social media platforms. Also, be sure to subscribe and get notified when our next podcast episode is released.